Hi, I'm Sean Smith with South Coast Yachts here in San Diego. Today we're going to go take a look at a 2010 Beneteau 49 that I have listed here in San Diego. Just right behind me in the shot. It's got a nice canvas package, a stern arch with solar panels, and a dinghy davit with the dinghy on there that has a 20 horsepower outboard engine. The boat has a radar, full electronics. Come join me as we go take a look inside. Here's the port stern quarter of the boat, where you can see a nice teak tow rail going along the length of the boat. Nice large stainless cleats from the bow to the stern. There's 4 on each side. You've got a gray cove stripe and a gray boot stripe. And also the Beneteau 49 logo is in gray. So it's a nice clean look and clean lines to the boat. On the transom you can see this large stainless steel dinghy davit. The stern arch also has the solar panels mounted on the top, and then back at the transom the stainless cleats and that bimini and canvas incorporated into the stern pulpit so that you have nice room inside the boat and it doesn't interrupt at all. We'll come take a look up towards the bow. The hull was recently waxed, polished, it looks great. And coming up to the bow, you'll see we have a furling headsail and a furling mainsail. With the furler, you'll see just below your anchor on a double roller, and there's a spinnaker attachment point there, as well as a electric windlass just aft of it. And there's a big storage locker just aft of that, which we'll go take a look at in just a moment. Take a look at the profile of the boat with the inboard shrouds. You've got an overlapping genoa that comes back to this large genoa track. And then there's boarding gates on both sides of the boat, as well as the transom, which you can walk through. Taking a quick look at the cockpit, I'll pan around. You can see the canvas, the companionway there, cabin top winches with the electric cabin top winch, which will be your main sheet and halyard winch. And then your primaries are right next to the helm station for your genoa sheets. You can trim and tack from either helm station. And coming to the transom here, we've got a folding step that opens up, so you have a walk-through transom that comes down to a nice size swim step for easy boarding of the boat. You've got a fiberglass bottom inflatable dinghy here on the davit, so you've got some easy purchase to hoist the dinghy out of the water. With the Mercury 4-stroke 20 horsepower engine, a nice fast dinghy, planing dinghy, separate fuel tank. The Beneteau 49 has an awesome setup here for the transom. When you walk through, it's easy to board. If you back the boat into the dock, it's easy to get in and out of the boat. Underneath this step here is the propane bottles, which you can see we have 2 on this boat. And then to starboard, this is a great locker right here for a life raft, which the boat does have. Zodiac West Marine Racer Type 1. And so this whole door opens up here. The swim ladder folds up and down, and then you have 2 110 shore powers for the air conditioning, and then for the rest of the electrical systems. So and then below that is a cable TV inlet. So you've got right now the boat's plugged into the shore power, and if we want to turn the AC on, there's a separate connection for that, so we can run the air conditioning at the dock, or you could also run it from the generator, which the boat has. As you can see with the dinghy, life raft, and as we continue around, the boat does have basically everything you need to get on and go cruising. Basically you just need to be provisioned, and all the equipment is here. We'll talk about the storage and some of the other gear. You have a spare anchor, safety jackets, and this stainless rail there was added to help access gear that you may store down there. On the port side, we have a lot of storage as well, and cruising gear. So extra fenders, we have cleaning supplies, water hose, you have filters for your water maker, which the boat has, and some spare lines. And still plenty of room for more equipment. This is your manual bilge pump handle. And then I'll show you quickly this storage. This lazarette was nicely designed, added a shelf in there so you can store tools, spare parts, be a little more organized. You can see lots of winch handles and a throwable safety float. Let's go over to the helm station. The primary helm is going to be the starboard side of the boat where we're currently sitting. This is where our throttle control, our engine panel is. Let's pan down. The engine panel here, 950 hours, throttle control just outboard. And then we have our bow thruster control here. Quick access to the winch for our Genoa. And then you have our autopilot control here. Tri-data display, so we can, right now it's set on depth. And then you can see at the bottom of this Raymarine autopilot control is a rudder indicator. So as I turn the wheel, it's nice to see, we'll always know exactly our rudder location. Now it's 12 degrees to the port side. Each helm station has a compass. Nice solid stainless steel handhold, and then we've got a seating area for guests. Cockpit table here has 2 folding leaves that come up on either side, a storage compartment, and a LED lamp in the front. On the aft end is our Raymarine E120 Chartplotter, which you can see. You can change this to show the detail of the land, which is very, very nice. And then the port side helm is our secondary helm station. So the linkage is together with the one single rudder central here, accessible through that stainless fitting. The port helm station has a compass, a tri-data display, wind speed depth, and then also a wind indicator. Again, quick access to your primary winch for tacking and trimming your headsail. Come up to the cabin top. I'll show you, we have an electric winch. All the lines are neatly organized for pulling out the furling main, and then your traveler setup as well, easy to access. Take a quick look onto the bow before going in. You can see the long Genoa tracks, nice teak tow rail, inboard shrouds, easy to hold on to and move forward, some stainless handholds as you go all the way forward to the bow. And then up in this forward locker I mentioned before, it's a nice storage area. So basically a garage with a ladder, good area to stow cruising gear. And there's a Fortress anchor in there. So that is the third anchor we have. The one on the bow currently hooked up to the windlass has lots of chain and rode, which is very clean in there. And you can see where the rode is fixed off on the starboard side, locked in place. Very nice setup here. Got our nav lights. Coming back around, you'll see lots of overhead hatches here. So when you're in the master cabin forward, you've got 3 hatches in here, providing ventilation and light into that cabin. You've got 2 large opening hatches in the salon, and then a large window just after the mast, where you're going to get lots of light, and an opening hatch beyond that. So lots of light and ventilation to get into the boat. The UV covers on both sails have been replaced recently. UK sails just did this mainsail, so this was just recently reinstalled into the mast in good shape. And just above you can see spreader lights, our radar, and then up at the top of the mast, the wind transducer and Windex. Let's go enter the boat now. Take a look at the canvas. Very nice setup here. Removable center section. And then great looking teak all throughout the boat, which is really good shape. Particularly this companionway teak has been varnished very, very well It looks amazing, both sides. The companionway doors are teak as well and varnished. Open very easily. And then dropping down into the boat, just a couple of steps, give you a shot of the interior as we enter, with just 4 steps walking down into the boat. It's a beautiful layout, beautiful wood. We'll start at the nav table, which is just to starboard, so you've got a large seat here, big desk. There's lots of storage around here, and then you have access to your generator control. There's a disc changer for the stereo underneath, your power for the water maker, and then you have your AC and DC panel. We can see that our shore power is plugged in. We've got a stereo, inverter, VHF radio, and then it's pretty easy to get into the electrical. Back here you've got the Beneteau Toolkit. All of the storage that you're going to see in this boat all have locks on there, so easy to open, but also when you're sailing everything's going to stay closed and all of your gear will be protected. On the starboard side here you have a nice settee which has some storage underneath. I want to quickly take a look in here, because I know there's some good safety gear. The safety tethers from West Marine, lights, basically all the safety gear. And there's some flares in there. Everything you need to go offshore the boat has. Good storage. And forward, this is a popular area. You've got bottle storage for the bar on both locations. Nice storage area. Nice wall-mounted TV on the forward bulkhead here. You can see the stainless compression post. This is going to connect the mast to the keel without allowing any water intrusion, as the keel or the mast does not go through the deck. So no water intrusion. And it's the same here with the your chain plates for the rigging. Come down here and you can see there's no water damage. They're all clean. Massive bolt here. In very good shape. I like this little setup. You've got a little armrest that folds down. And let's continue along our tour of the salon. We've got a large salon table. This table can open and double in size. So you can see it still looks like new from the factory. It's going to open up and twist if you want to have a larger dinner party and entertain a lot of guests. That can all sit around this table, and extra seating here in these ottomans. Lots of storage and light coming into the boat. I'll take a quick. We saw these overhead lights and windows from outside. You can see you can open all these hatches, which also have screens and shades. These are the ocean air recessed hatches. Large windows on the side of this hull, and these have shades that pull down, so it's pretty easy to let the light in or keep it out. Just aft of the salon table we have our large galley. Particularly large galley, we've got sliding drawers, everything locks, and then a couple of drawers were added to this storage area, making it a little more user-friendly. You have a front-loading refrigerator, which is great, so you still have the room on top to prep food. And around this, you'll see the detail. This wood manufactured by Beneteau. It's a handhold as you're walking around, but it's also going to keep anything you put on top stored inside the boat. Keep it on top while you're sailing. Just outboard is a large freezer compartment with adjustable control for temperature. If you want additional refrigeration, you can do that. You've got a gimbaled 3-burner stove, cooktop here. Beneteau logo in there. It's a pretty nice touch. And then also a microwave just above. And lots of storage. Big countertop. And this is going to be a great spot for pots and pans. You have a ton of galley storage, which is pretty unique. Up against the companionway, I really like this setup for a galley where you have dual stainless sink, which is separate from your countertop. So as I'm leaning against, I'm bracing myself against either side when we're sailing. I can still reach and work in the galley. So that's a really nice touch. And again, you have locking compartments on all these doors, which are very easy to use. And the trash can that opens on its own. Now we'll look at the couple of staterooms and heads. So this is a three cabin, two head boat. This aft cabin, you can see a couple vents for air conditioning, storage. We've got a hanging locker. This is the thermostat for your air conditioning. We've got a little reading light. Opening, or you have curtains open for light to come in, and then you have three opening hatches. One here above my head with the same ocean air shades. And then I'll pan over and you've got one that goes into the cockpit as well, so you can have a nice cross breeze going through. Some extra lights, mirror, and then this is a great compartment into the engine room. I'll leave that open. We'll get some light when we go through later, but for now you can see we've got a sea strainer and also Raycor fuel filter with the clear bowl at the bottom, so we can make sure our fuel is clean, no water in the fuel. In the galley, this is a cool little touch. You can open up this little panel into the through holes. And let's go take a look at the starboard aft cabin. So you've got great, good sized cabins for these aft cabins. They're both large, big beds, lighting, air conditioning, ventilation. You've got 4 opening hatches, opening compartments in this stateroom, large stateroom, with nice hanging lockers. This stateroom has access to the head, which it can be an ensuite private head if you lock the door that goes into the salon. But right now we've got everything open. We have a large separate shower, and then we've got a Jabsco head, nice clean sink, and then this access goes back into the salon, and that would be a good day head to use, or it can be a private head if you lock this door here. We've got nice stainless steel leather wrapped handholds throughout the boat, even above, so as I'm walking forward at sea, I've always got something to hold on to. Going forward, we'll take a look now at the master cabin, which has a very big, comfortable centerline berth, easily accessible from both sides. On the port side is where the head is. So we'll start here. This one has an electric Jabsco head. You can see you've got electricity, storage, our holding tank is back there. And then we've got a nice sized sink here and a separate shower that's round. This is a really cool touch. This shower door slides around, so you just step in and slide it around for your shower door. We've got storage up above and big windows, so the stateroom feels very bright, open. Couple of reading lights, windows, storage areas. Up above you have a very large opening hatch, which also has a screen, and you also have a shade to block out the sun. On the starboard side we've got a little desk area, so this is like a vanity, very cool, and then another hanging locker, so you've got his and her storage on both sides of the master stateroom. Coming back, we'll take a look at the engine compartment. So these lower 3 steps will be assisted by hydraulic and give us access into the Yanmar turbo diesel, 75 horsepower. We can see straight through, good light going through. We have both hatches open. Let me just squeeze by here. We'll go take a look back into that cabin. It's got a direct drive, and with plenty of light in there, you can see with the turbo on the back of the engine, We've got the transmission. Everything is clean in here, well ventilated. An exhaust fan keeps the engine room ventilated. The drive line there, everything clean and in good shape. And then in this cabin you also have the water maker control just outboard. So very easy to operate. Everything in this boat, great cruising boat, beautiful, but also ready to go do some serious cruising, whether that's local or offshore. Once again, I'm Sean Smith from South Coast Yachts in San Diego, California, where this 2010 Beneteau 49 is located. If you'd like to go cruising, live aboard, or just day sail, the Beneteau 49 is going to be a great boat for you to get out and go sailing. It's ready to go now, so feel free to give me a call or email anytime, and I look forward to talking to you real soon.